What's up, everybody? It's Alex Leak and Friends NFL podcast back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Leak. We've got Bret on the show. What's up, Bret?
Hey man, how's it going?
Going good. Good to have you on. This is the 2021 Seattle Seahawks season preview. Last year in 2020, the Seahawks went 12-4, won the NFC West, and would lose in the wild card round to the Rams, 30-20. Disappointing end to the season for Seattle, but a pretty good season overall, going 12-4, winning the division. Um, Coaching changes. Offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer was hired by the Jags as a passing game coordinator and quarterbacks coach. So the Seahawks' new offensive coordinator is Shane Waldron, a former Rams passing game coordinator since 2018. So we'll see how the new OC does in Seattle and gets the most out of Russell Wilson. After a tough end of the season, Russell Wilson went on the Dan Patrick show this offseason and said he wanted to be more involved, have more input in roster decisions and game planning, and also says that he believed the Seahawks had gotten calls about trading for him. So that created a big mess there in Seattle, talking about would Russell Wilson be moved? Would he get traded to the Bears or Philly or who knows? Wilson has since said he's very happy with the offseason moves in free agency and in the draft. Specifically, he's happy with bringing in guard Gabe Jackson and a trade from the Raiders and bringing in tight end Gerald Everett from the Rams. So, after all the drama in Seattle, what are your thoughts about the Seahawks, like Russell Wilson trade rumors? Did you ever think he would actually get traded away from Seattle, and is that still something to keep an eye on going forward?
I mean, I didn't think at first when it came out, I know that there's been some, I don't know, turmoil, whatever you want to say there for a while, but
Yeah,
I think we had to hear about it first and let it kind of just brew and do its thing for a little bit before anything really was going to happen.
yeah,
I feel like it kind of is setting up for the fact that next season or after this season in the off season, there may be, depending
yeah.
how the season goes, there may be some kind of trade or whatnot. So, but I didn't expect this season I expected Russell Wilson to be in a Seahawks uniform.
Yeah, and we've talked about this quite a bit. Quarterbacks coming out saying they want to be more involved, more input in roster decisions and game plans, and going into weekly game plans, going into the game. I've always been in favor of it. If I've got a star franchise quarterback who's the best player on my team, of course I want him to give his input on players he wants to play with and players maybe he's tired of playing with and wants someone else. I always want that input. And of course, in game planning, why would you put together a game plan and not consult the star quarterback on a weekly basis? So I never understood the drama there. If I'm the Seahawks, I give Russell Wilson almost everything he wants. What do you think on that?
Yeah, I mean, he's been your star for how long now?
Yeah, they've been to a couple Super Bowls, won at least one of them.
Yeah, so you gotta, that's somebody that has taken you through a lot of things, and I think you have to, uh, that's something you just have to do what's right. You don't want to go out that way and then
Yep.
bring somebody else in and go out on bad terms, like some teams have seemed to do over the, you know, course of the NFL's history. But
Cough,
uh,
Packers, cough.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think you're right. You have a chance to win here. You're still like, yeah, the division is tough. You're getting at the end of what seems like the road with you guys. But
Yep.
why not go for one last punch? You were Marshawn Lynch run away from a Super Bowl and made that mistake. You still have a high caliber team that has a chance to go through the playoffs. Just knowing
Yeah.
what you can do with you're just how you play the game. So, and with that 12th man home field advantage, that really helps too. So why not go out with a bang here?
Absolutely. I'm the same way. Like, if I've got a star quarterback, you can't give them everything they want, because sometimes they might want something that's unrealistic or might, is impossible to do. But, you want to do everything in your power as a franchise, as an owner or GM or head coach, to make your star player, your best player, happy, especially if he's the quarterback. So whether it's Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, there's a select handful of them. If you've got that guy, you want to, of course, run it by him. In the offseason, you're like, what wide receivers or tight ends or playmakers on offense do you look at around the league and say, man, I'd love to play with that guy, or I think that guy would be a great fit in our offense? Something like that. You don't have to go get him, but at least you got the feedback and idea of what the quarterback likes, what he's trying to build. You want that chemistry. You bring in a wide receiver that the quarterback hates and they butt heads. What does that do? Who does that benefit? Nobody. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So I've always been a fan of include your best players in, you want everybody pulling the same direction in an organization. I think that's why the Patriots have had so much success and why the Packers have had so, little success with back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Only 2 Super Bowls to show for it. So if I'm Seattle, start listening to Russell Wilson more, and maybe you'll win more. That's my take.
I agree.
Yeah, but they did good. They bring in Gabe Jackson and Gerald Everett. That makes Russell Wilson happy, so they can shoot towards doing good things in 2021. They also bring in defensive end Aldon Smith from the Cowboys, defensive end Kerry Hyder Jr. from the Niners.
I like him.
Yeah, me too. It's good. Both those guys. Al Woods, defensive tackle from Jacksonville. Akella Witherspoon, and a guy underrated in the draft that I really like for Seattle is wide receiver Dwayne Eskridge out of Western Michigan. Did you get to see much of Dwayne Eskridge? Just looking at his highlights, he looks like a major playmaker. Like, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks can definitely use this guy's talents.
Yeah. What round did they get him in?
Second round. Wide receiver out of Western.
Yeah, I do remember him being. I'm trying to look.
He's a speedster. Get the ball in his hands and he can make plays happen, whether it's end arounds, screen passes, whatever. Maybe as a returner, special teams, just get the ball in his hands and watch him run with it.
Yeah, I want to say, let me see here. I remember him versus us last year.
Michigan?
No, versus Ball State.
Oh, okay.
In that game, I don't remember. I'm trying to find it here. But yeah, I do remember. He's a good athlete. You don't get a lot of prime time looking athletes coming in the first few rounds out of the MAC. So
yeah,
I think it's good that they can have a playmaker that's going to be able to help spread the field. Yeah. I guess because with Wilson, like we said, he still has the ability to be who he was. So if you can get somebody who can let you open up lanes and be a playmaker like Eskridge is, then I think it can help you with this relationship here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they could use more weapons on the receiving end. You look at it right now as DK Metcalf, of course, the number one option, the beast receiver. Tyler Lockett is great. And then you had Dwayne Eskridge. After that, you're looking at Freddie Swain, and that's about it. I'm not seeing much after that. So hopefully, they could get a little better at the receiving end. Maybe one of these young guys takes a step forward. And Eskridge, they're going to be asking a lot out of him right off the bat. And I expect they got Will Disley at tight end, but I expect Gerald Everett to emerge as tight end number 1 and be a major threat. I've always been a Gerald Everett fan in LA, and I think Russell Wilson and him can develop some chemistry and be a pretty good combination there in Seattle.
Yeah. It's still Seattle. So if any way that they end up changing or making another advantage for themselves is just scary for the rest of them, bro.
Yeah, but they did lose some pieces, and let's go over that. They lose tight end Greg Olson to retirement. They lose linebacker KJ Wright, longtime linebacker. He's a free agent still, so I'm interested to see what's going on with KJ Wright, if he'll get signed up anywhere. But yeah, still a free agent at this moment. Who else here? They lost linebacker Bruce Irvin. They lost defensive tackle Jaron Reed, corner Quentin Dunbar to the Lions, running back Carlos Hyde, guard Mike Upati to retirement. A lot of losses here. David Moore, wide receivers gone. Both Griffin brothers, Shaq Griffin and Shaquem Griffin. So it'll be a different looking, a little bit different looking team in 2021, but we'll see. I still expect them to be good despite some of these losses. And I expect their defense to be better than what it was last year. Their defense was not very good last year, and that was one of their biggest issues as a team.
Yeah.
If you remember back to the playoff game, Cam Akers running all over him. Go
ahead. Going back to the Eskridge thing, I remember now. Yeah, he had 9 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown against us, but that was nothing because he had like 212 yards and 3 touchdowns against Central, 140 yards against Northern Illinois, and a kick return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
130 against Toledo and a touchdown, 120 against Akron and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I remember this dude. He can step in and make some big plays for them right away.
Yeah, as a third option, I mean, you got Lockett and DK. This guy is kind of going to be the forgotten guy. People aren't going to be freaking out about him early on. I could see him being very impactful as a rookie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Defensively, they're okay. They still got Bobby Wagner. They got, some pieces, Jamal Adams. I think they'll be better. But I don't know. We'll see on this team. The Rams have definitely gotten better. What's your expectations for this team? I mean, of course, Quandre Diggs back there. What's your expectations for this team win-wise and where they'll finish in the division?
I think they'll probably win double-digit games. It'll probably be, with this division, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
They'll probably have
at least 10 wins. I agree.
I think they'll probably win 10 or 11. They'll probably have to win 12 to win the division, but I don't know. It could be anywhere in there. It's going to be a battle, I think, between Seattle and LA.
I agree. Rams coming off a season where they had the best defense in the NFL. I agree with you. I got them in double digit. I think their floor is 10 wins. I got them in the 10 to 13 win. I've got them finishing first place actually in the NFC West. But I agree. It's going to be a battle with LA. I expect their defense to be better. And my biggest thing is I expect Russell Wilson to have a big bounce back year. I think that he'll be in the MVP talks this year. He's going to have more control of the offense and roster input going forward. I think it's a big year for the team to figure out which direction this franchise is heading into 2022. Because if it's a down year, let's say they win 10, 9, 8 games, I could easily see Russell Wilson saying, trade me, again. So we'll see. Yeah. It's a big season for the Seahawks.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a turning point here. And whichever way it goes is the way that their organization is probably going to go for the next several years.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to that. Watching Seahawks games, getting the fans back. It's gonna be super loud in Seattle, so I can't wait. Thanks for coming on, Bret. Good shit as always.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you.
thank you to the fans. Appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think, and we'll keep these coming out weekly episodes. So have a great week, guys, and peace out.